Okay, people, here's year 4 at Hogwarts. Let's talk about Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name's Doyle, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 2005 fantasy flick and the fourth installment of the Harry Potter franchise, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, released by Warner Brothers, directed by Mike Newell, produced by David Heyman, and written by Steve Kloves. Once again starring Daniel Radcliffe as the titular character, along with Rupert Grint and Emma Watson as Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger. This time, it follows Harry's 4th year at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry as he is chosen by the Goblet of Fire to compete in the Triwizard Tournament. And this was also the first film in the franchise to receive a PG-13 rating and not a PG rating like the first 3 did. Now, if you have not seen my reviews for the first 3 movies, click on that card and go to which will take you to the playlist so you can catch what you might have missed or see them again before you go into this review. Give you a few more seconds. That ought to do it, everyone. Okay, let's get on to it with a review, of course. Harry Potter has a nightmare wherein a muggle caretaker named Frank Bryce is killed after overhearing you-know-who, Lord Voldemort, conspiring with Peter Pettigrew, of course, Wormtail, and another man. Harry attends the Quidditch World Cup with the Weasleys and Hermione, during which Death Eaters terrorize the camp. The same man who appeared in Harry's dream conjures the Dark Mark. At Hogwarts, Albus Dumbledore introduces ex-Auror Alistair Mad-Eye Moody as the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. He also announces that the school will host the revived Triwizard Tournament, in which 3 magical schools compete across 3 challenges. Only wizards aged 17 and above may compete. Now, the Goblet of Fire selects the champions who will participate in the competition. They are Cedric Diggory of Hufflepuff, representing Hogwarts, Victor Crumb, representing the Durmstrang Institute from Eastern Europe, and Fleur Delacour, representing the Beauxbatons Academy of Magic from France. However, the Goblet unexpectedly selects Harry as a 4th champion from a non-existent school. Dumbledore is unable to disqualify the underage Harry, as Ministry official Barty Crouch Sr. insists all champions are magically bound to compete after being selected. Anyway, for the first task, each champion must retrieve a golden egg guarded by a dragon. Each successfully retrieves their egg, which contains information about the second challenge. Now, the Yule Ball, a formal dance, takes place. Harry and Ron attend with sisters Parvati and Padma Patil. Harry's, current crush, Cho Chang, attends with Cedric, and Hermione attends with Victor, making Ron absolutely jealous. Yeah. Next, the second task involves the champions diving underwater to rescue someone valuable to them. Harry finishes 3rd, but is promoted to 2nd behind Cedric due to his moral fiber, after saving Fleur's sister Gabrielle as well as Ron. Afterwards, Harry discovers Barty Crouch Sr.'s body in the forest. While waiting for Dumbledore in his office, Harry discovers a pensieve which holds Dumbledore's memories. Harry witnesses a trial in which Durmstrang headmaster and former Death Eater Igor Karkaroff confesses to the Ministry of Magic names of other Death Eaters after Voldemort's defeat. When he names Severus Snape, who of course is the potions master and head of Slytherin House at Hogwarts, Dumbledore vouches for Snape's innocence. Snape turned spy against Voldemort before the latter's downfall. After Karkaroff names one more, which happens to be Barty Crouch Jr., a devastated Crouch Sr. imprisons his son in Azkaban. Yes, saying, "You are no son of mine." Exiting the pensieve, Harry realizes that Crouch Jr. is the man in his dream. Well, we would see more of what goes on in the pensieve later on in the Half-Blood Prince. But anyway, for now I'm on to the final act and ending. You know the procedure like always. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below. Fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie already, please continue on. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. For the final task, the champions must reach the Triwizard Cup, located in a hedge maze. After Fleur and Victor are incapacitated, Harry and Cedric reach the cup together. The two together grab the cup together. It is a port key, which we see is used to transport Harry, Hermione, and the Weasleys to the World Quidditch Cup early on, and transports them to a graveyard where Pettigrew and Voldemort are waiting. On Voldemort's orders, Pettigrew murders Cedric with a killing curse, Avada Kedavra, then performs a ritual that rejuvenates Voldemort, who then summons the Death Eaters. Voldemort challenges Harry to a duel to prove his superiority. Harry casts the Expelliarmus charm to block Voldemort's killing curse. The wands being entwined, and Voldemort's wand disgorges the last spells it performed. The spirit echoes of his murdered victims appear in the graveyard. Cedric, Frank Bryce, and Harry's parents. Voldemort and his Death Eaters are briefly distracted, and with the spirit's help, Harry reaches the port key and escapes with Cedric's body. After that, everyone has cheered, but it comes to a big shock that Cedric is dead, and, well, even his dad is very... Oh, man. Alright, Harry tells Dumbledore that Voldemort returned and is responsible for Cedric's death. Moody takes Harry back to his office. He inadvertently reveals his true identity by asking Harry about the graveyard. Moody admits that he submitted Harry's name to the Goblet of Fire and manipulated events to ensure Harry won the tournament. Moody attempts to kill Harry, but Dumbledore, Snape, and McGonagall subdue him. Moody is administered Veritaserum, forcing him to reveal that he is not actually Moody. The real Moody is imprisoned inside a magical trunk. As the Polyjuice potion wears off, the imposter Moody is revealed as Barty Crouch Jr. and returned to Azkaban. Dumbledore tells students that Voldemort killed Cedric, despite the Ministry of Magic opposing the revelation. Dumbledore later apologizes to Harry for the dangers he endured. Harry reveals that he saw his parents in the graveyard. Dumbledore says it was priori incantatem. Hogwarts, Durmstrang, and Beauxbatons bid farewell to each other. End of story. So, what did I think of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire? Well, I'm going to say it's still an absolutely good film. This was the first Harry Potter film I went to see in the theater, since I didn't go to see the first 3. And this was also the first Harry Potter movie I got on DVD. I actually have the 2-disc special edition, and I gotta tell you, it was really good. Anyway, the film did a little better than Prisoner of Azkaban, as it went on to make $896 million worldwide. It went on to become the highest-grossing film of 2005 and the 6th highest-grossing film in the Harry Potter series overall. Anyway, the film was nominated for many awards and everything. It was also one of the best reviewed installments within the series, being praised for the higher level of maturity and sophistication of its characters, plotline, tone, screenplay, and the performances of the lead actors. Yes, I'm going to tell you it's really something. It does have several differences from the book and what have you. And this, of course, is the first film not to feature him at Privet Drive with Dursleys this time. Harry just awakens at the Burrow, which that's the Weasleys' home. Now, of course, there were just a few, well, differences from the book, and well, I completely understand. I've read the book, yeah, since even though I read the first two after seeing the first two movies, but I read the book before I saw this movie. And now I completely do understand everything. But anyway, the cast was definitely good. Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, Emma Watson, they were all good. I mean, but I did have a slight, bit of a world of hurt here, courtesy of the jealous bit of Ron between him and Hermione, and well, she just orders him and Harry to go to bed. I mean, isn't that up to a teacher to do that? Well, that's always kind of a bit of a slight downside I have. Well, not that I'm trying to be rude or anything. But anyway, as for the rest of the cast, we have Robbie Coltrane again as Rubius Hagrid, Sir Michael Gambon as Albus Dumbledore, Jason Isaacs returns as Lucius Malfoy, Gary Oldman is Sirius Black, but only through a little bit of animation through the fireplace. We hear his voice. Alan Rickman as Snape, and Maggie Smith as McGonagall, and Timothy Spall as Pettigrew. Now, others who are back are James and Oliver Phelps as Fred and George Weasley, and Bonnie Wright as Jenny Weasley. Mark Williams returns as Arthur Weasley. Now, it's a shame Julie Walters isn't back in this as Molly Weasley. Tom Felton's back as Draco Malfoy. Let's see. Well, all the others are back. The guys who play Crabbe and Goyle and Neville and Seamus. David Bradley's back as Mr. Filch. Warwick Davis returns as Professor Flitwick now. Well, who uses a different look when he played the conductor of the Hogwarts choir in the previous film, which I forgot to bring that up. Shirley Henderson returns as Moaning Myrtle, but only one last time. We never got to see her again. And Robert Harry returns as Cornelius Fudge. Now, for the new additions, we have Ray Fiennes, who we would later go on to see as the new M in the James Bond franchise, as Lord Voldemort, and Brendan Gleeson, who I only know him from some movies like Lake Placid, and later on The Smurfs 2, plays Alistair Mad Eye Moody. He was pretty good, actually. Let's see now. Oh yes, playing Cedric Diggory is future Twilight star Robert Pattinson. Let's see. Jeff Rawl plays Amos Diggory, his dad. Playing Barty Crouch Jr. is future Doctor Who David Tennant. Now, of course, more recently, he voiced Scrooge McDuck in the recent new DuckTales tune. Roger Lloyd Pack plays Barty Crouch Sr. Katie Lung plays Cho Chang. Let's see, Clemens Posey plays Fleur Delacour. Absolutely loved her performance. Stanislav Ianevsky, excuse me if I mispronounced that, portrays Victor Crumb. Oh yeah, and we also have Miranda Richardson as Rita Skeeter, who is, I don't know, she's a reporter for the Daily Prophet. See, Predrag Bajelic, I'm sorry I mispronounced that, as Igor Karkaroff. Frances de la Tour, who plays Olympe Maxime, the headmistress of Bobatons. And there's several others. But anyway, that's about all I can tell you on that. Now, this was also the first to not include John Williams in the score. This time we have Patrick Doyle on board. Of course, that's spelled with the D-O-Y-L-E, unlike the spelling of my own name, which was with an A-L. Just telling you that just in case. Well, never you mind. But anyway, the score was pretty good. It was also the first film to actually receive actual songs and what have you. Really something, I gotta tell you. Still, I'm just gonna tell you, it was very good and it did so well. Anyway. Now, of course, at the North American box office, it came in third for the year, along with Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which would be released after this. Well, I think after this came out, or yeah, shortly a few weeks after this came out. So anyway, with a good score, great cast, mostly old and some new, and the dark bits, well, the darkness, maturity, and what have you added. In the end, would I recommend Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire? The answer is a definite hell yeah. I think this is a very good movie. I do like it. I can't guarantee it's going to rank that high on my ranking, well, when I can get it squeezed into the last bit of my schedule for the month, but I can't guarantee that either. But just stay tuned, details to follow, alright? It's soon to be followed with Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, which came out in 2007. Now then, that's all I'm giving you for now on Harry Potter. But I will continue the series later on next week because I've got other movies coming up in the next few days. Of course, I've got I will have a spoiler-free review of Ghostbusters Afterlife once I go see it. And then I've got reviews for An American Tail, along with its sequel, Five Goes West, as well as a re-review of the original Beauty and the Beast from Disney. And then I will be back on Harry Potter real soon with Order of the Phoenix. Okay? Promise. If you already saw my schedule, you probably already know that. Alright, let me know what your thoughts are on Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And stay tuned for my Saturday morning TV log of These Are the Days coming up next time. And, of course, then you'll get the Ghostbusters Afterlife review, and then American Tail will be on Sunday. So, anyway, that'll do it. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, you may want to consider check out my reviews for these other films that came out in 2005. I'll give you the ones I was recently talking about. In the upper left-hand corner is my review for Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. The upper right-hand corner, is the review I did for The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I definitely gotta review the other two sooner or later. Or if you want, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my review for of R.L. Stein's The High Hour. Don't think about it. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big V saying, see ya.